Hello, welcome back to underKG Show. Today we got Nokia Lumia 1520. Lumia 1520 is the latest model out of the Nokia's Windows Phone line, which is virtually the only manufacturer that is actively engaging on the Windows Phone market. And it's also the largest phone on the Windows Phone arena. With the 6-inch of a full HD display, it is indeed a large phone. The market has been dominated by the large kind of phablet kind of market, although I think that's a very stupid kind of name. But those kind of G-Flex kind of phones are dominating the market, and Windows Phone kind of followed it with the big Windows Phone. So starting with the receiver on the top and 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera and a 6-inch of a full HD display. It's a full HD IPS. It's not an AMOLED like they did with the Nokia Lumia 925, and back key, home key, and the search key right there as a Windows Phone standard. And on the right is a volume rocker with the power key and the dedicated camera shutter. And the left is a micro SD card slot with the nano SIM card slot. Don't really get why they want to put a nano SIM on a gigantic device like this, but they did. And on the bottom is a micro USB port with the top a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and the back is a beautiful 20 megapixel camera with the car size lens and the pure view technology with the LED flash and the Nokia logo and everything, and a speaker on the very bottom of the back. The battery is not replaceable, but it's packed with 3400 milliamps of battery, so you shouldn't lack any of the battery life. We'll talk about that in a second. And inside the Lumia is very powerful as well. It's got a Snapdragon 800 quad-core processor with 2 GB of RAM, and it's pretty much overwhelming for Windows Phone itself. And the screen itself is no exception. The screen with the full HD resolution, it has almost identical interface of the Windows Phone as they did with the previous devices with the smaller screens, except for the fact that it adds up another line over there, so you can add up more tiles in there. Took me some time for me to decide what to add on there. But anyway, first time you take a look at those new tiles with the one more line, you kind of think that it's, feels kind of empty. But after getting used to this guy and looking back to the smaller screen Windows Phone, you kind of feel like they're like squished there a bit. So it's all a matter of adoption. Anyway, those tiles do act exactly the same as they are supposed to. And what you can do over here, as always, is that on the right is the full list of the apps that you have installed on your Windows Phone, and you can tap and hold on one of the apps, and you can pin to start. This guy's already pinned, so let's try with something else. Let's try Wallet. Pin to start, and it goes right there. Tap and hold on it, and you can change the size of the tiles. This guy only has 2. It's supposed to have 3. Many of the tiles have 3 actually. And the apps. Always the problem with the Windows Phone has been the apps, and the apps are actually they kind of got better actually. They now have most of the apps that we actually need, but they do lack some of the apps, like some of the apps that are not that popular, but it's kind of usable now. That's a big improvement. Kudos to Microsoft. And this 6-inch of Windows Phone, this idea kind of sounds really weird at the start, and it's actually not that bad of an idea. Although the 6-inch form factor itself, it physically is a big phone, and it doesn't really fit quite well in the jean pockets, but it actually works quite well. The Internet Explorer with the 6-inch is a pleasure to use with, and it's incredibly smooth with the overwhelming Snapdragon 800. I don't even see the reason why they would ever need a powerful processor like Snapdragon 800 in an operating system like Windows Phone. And the overall interface is not that weird. Taking a look on a 6-inch screen, everything is just big, and everything is actually a lot more beautiful on a full HD resolution, and it utilizes it pretty well. The Windows Phone isn't exactly known to require a higher resolution screen, but the more information displayed on the screen, and just how dense the pixels are on the screen, and how much more rich in pixels the apps are, kind of have their own meaning. Let's say that you're on a Baconet. This is a Ready client, and let's say that you're reading some posts over there, And those photos just look incredible with Windows Phone. I don't know which one is safe to click, but NSFW. Oh, there we go. Anyway, the photos actually look incredibly clear, and the quality of the display is quite amazing. And this goes without any difference with the camera. Lumia's camera is known for its quality, starting from an old school 920. Yes, it's an old school now. Anyway, it still takes brighter pictures in the low lighting condition, and some of the reviews have actually pointed out that the camera on 1520 takes not exactly as a good picture as the 1020 did, but 1020 was actually a thick phone with the gigantic camera on the back. It was virtually dedicated for cameras, and this guy is not. It is more of a casual kind of Windows phone. It's just big. So with that, it does also have all the functions that Nokia ProCam provides. With the focus, manual focus, white balance, and the shutter speed, sensitivity, that's an ISO, everything that you need. And what this guy also does is that it saves pictures in 2 different megapixels, 5 and 16, so you can zoom it up when you actually need to. And some of the reviews actually pointed out that the time that it takes for saving his photo is incredibly long, and I didn't find any problem with that. I tapped to make it a focus, took a photo, and there you go, it's saved. So that's the case with the Nokia ProCam, and it comes with 2 default camera apps, and the built-in Microsoft camera even works faster, although this guy doesn't have all that rich functions that Nokia ProCam provides. Taken, there you go. It doesn't take that long, and actually, since the reviews actually scared me a lot with this camera quality, I compared it with the Lumia 920, and actually, thanks to Nokia, the camera quality is actually better in 1520 as it's supposed to. Took the exact same photo at the same spot and same condition, and this guy takes a brighter picture in the low lighting condition. That's actually my biggest concern. So with that, the overall performance is incredibly good. And this still comes with lots of apps, especially if you're a selfie kind of guy, person, then the Nokia Glam Me is an amazing app that is just, photoshops your photo, photoshops your selfie like it's supposed to. So try that. And overall, this is a great phone if you don't mind a big phone. For me, I'm terribly scared of big phones, and this doesn't even fit in my jean pocket properly, and it does fit, but I can't actually sit with this inside my pocket, so I wouldn't put it there. But if you don't mind a 6-inch phone, because this is actually pretty big. This is 920 is no small phone, and this guy used to be really big, and this is even a lot bigger. And this is actually as big as LG G Flex. This guy at least flexes, and this guy's like really gigantic. So if you don't mind with that, this is probably the best Windows phone ever on the market. Well, that being said, because there is barely any competitiveness in the Windows phone market, and Nokia is the only Windows phone maker. But still, they came with the decent phone with the big screen that actually utilizes its operating system quite well. I was actually surprised because I thought they would like zoom in everything and everything is going to look purely gigantic, but that's not the case. So with that, 1520, if you don't mind the big phone, is a pretty good phone, period. Don't forget to subscribe by tapping on that, and we'll see you guys in the later reviews of the other phones. Thank you always for watching.